Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of The Respective Geekdom presents Geeky Philosophies. I am your host, Quan, and today we're going to be diving into the D&D alignment of the lawful good. Now, I will say that pretty much there will be a lot of similarities between the MTG White and the lawful good alignment because they do share some characteristics. But just like as they share some characteristics, it also states that from the information that I've gathered or the site that I gathered it from, there's not 100% that is unbalanced. The lawful good's not truly balanced. There's going to be some balanced and unbalanced in just about every alignment, which kind of proves my point with MTG. Not this color is completely 100% good. It's just that how those attributes go, they can be really good or they can also be really bad. So here we go. So in the D&D alignment, the lawful good is pretty much a person that acts as a good person that's expected or required to act as a good person. It's pretty much lawful good. They always follow the good guy rule, the good girl rule, the pretty much the hero um I want to say the hero kind of role, just like I must follow this. And one of the ways they do this is that they commit to oppose evil. Now, this can pretty much go into not only you know big evil. This can also go into small evil. Whatever evil acts happen, they don't take it at all. They go 100% in it. They go 100% that I do not that I oppose it, and they have the discipline to fight relentlessly. So not only do they want to fight evil, but they want to keep going. They want to have almost endless endurance. They want to keep going, never give up, never surrender, that kind of stuff. They tell the truth, keep their word, and help those in need, and speaks out against injustice. So pretty much you have the pretty much a true good guy archetype, the truly good guy almost stereotype towards like I won't tell a lie. In fact, I'll tell the truth. They're actually 100% on telling the truth. They keep their word no matter how big or small it may be. They help those in need and they speak out against injustice as usual, whether it's small or whether it's the giant, the crime ridden injustice. It hates to see guilty go unpunished. So once again, going into the lawful side, the lawful good side, it does not like that even possibly the smallest, in a way, the smallest kind of crime goes unpunished. Thus, it means it has a very big chip on the shoulder when the biggest kind of injustice or biggest evil gets to skate away free for no real reason or not even with pretty much a good sentencing on it. So but this lawful good usually combines two two of its big things that kind of make it up. Besides the lawful good part, it usually combines honor and compassion. It usually will go by its code of honor or go by the government's code of honor or whoever it serves their code of honor as long as it doesn't seem unlawful or as long as it doesn't support evil, but it goes with compassion. Now, the dangers of this code, the dangers of the the dangers of pretty much the lawful good is that it can possibly have a moment of restricting freedom and it criminalizes self-interest, which, like I mentioned before, is very, very similar to the white MTG color, because just like how the white MTG color, it wants unity, it wants peace. At the same time, the bad parts of it, it can really be very restricting, and it wants peace for all, which means it wants to do something for everybody. But anything that involves someone who does their self-interest or does a kind of strays from the group, it kind of looks down on that. It is more group and order oriented. It wants to care about the group, which, like I said, just like how the white color is, which makes us a good leader in certain situations. Makes us a good person to follow, depending on what what other things is going on with it, and of course how other things roll with it. So, and just like I mentioned earlier, it's another warning that pretty much no alignment will be 100% balanced. So that means, like I said, just as much as the lawful good presents all the good things that I told, at the same time, depending on a certain light, it can also depict the bad things, being a little bit of a dictator, being a little bit too push, being a little bit too aggressive for any kind of evil, even the small kind of evil. All right, so from the site that I got most of this information from is called easydamus.com, EASYDAMUS.com. Got most of the information from this. So it's kind of going to sound like a little bit of repeat for people who've read that site. But like I said, it's good to have a audio hearing about it. And of course, some little commentary about how I feel about it. So going into it, what are the commandments? What is the strict rules that 100% lawful goods usually follow? One of them is it does not lie. Like I said, it tells 100% truth. It never lies. Even probably in a situation where it probably should lie in some cases, it probably won't see it that way. It won't 100% lie. Another thing is that it shall not harm the innocent. No matter what happens, it actually hates, it abhors the fact of seeing somebody innocent getting hurt. It also shall not murder. So this is where it will fight relentlessly. It pretty much pulls a little bit of the Batman to where it will beat the mess out of you, but it won't really 100% end your life or seek to end your life. It shall help the needy. No matter what happens, it wants to help people. It wants to help the people who need it, the good people. It shall honor legit authority that promotes goodness. And I want to put an emphasis, it wants to pretty much honor the legit authority. Is like I said, it will honor and follow the rules of certain places. But if some of those rules happen to be like doesn't make 100% sense, or if some of those rules happen to be like supporting a part of evil that is not cool with, then it'll be like, nah, I'm not doing that rule. I'm gonna follow everything here except that one. I don't like that one. Another thing is that it shall not betray others. It'll usually, yeah, pretty much it follows. It won't betray people by a T. Like it'll either push you aside to where you know why you did it, or it'll bring you in. It will never be the gray, and that's why pretty much the lawful alignment in D&D is very interesting, because pretty much you have the lawful, which is the highest extreme. Then you have the neutral, which is the kind of middle, wishy-washy, or depending on what happens kind of extreme. Then you have the chaotic, which is the exact opposite of lawful, which is why I kind of like these alignments, these kind of personality types to kind of go off of. And pretty much with this one, it shows that it shall not, no matter what happens, either it's buddies with you or it's not buddies with you. It won't end up backstabbing you. As soon as it knows it's not your buddy, it's gonna be like, nah, bro, you need to go. That's how it usually goes. All right. It shall bring criminals and evildoers to justice. Like I said, it goes off of one of the rules. It hates evil. It hates injustice. So it wants to serve it as many times as possible. All right. It also shall not steal. Go with the whole rule thing. And it shall seek unlimited good for others and unlimited order in society. So no matter what happens, it wants to seek good for everybody and wants to seek order for everybody. Because once again, just like the white color type in Magic the Gathering, it wants order for everybody because that's the only way it sees peace. That's the only way it sees unity. So everyone's being civilized, everyone's being orderful. All right, what are the sins? What will it not go for? What kind of gets under its skin in a way, pretty much. All right, when people or when beings do not show respect to lawful good, churches, government, and beings, that gets under the skin. Like pretty much the lawful thing, it's very big on respect. And anyone who's served in the military, anyone who's done good for the community, even people who just have a good code about themselves, it automatically shows them respect. And anyone who does not show them respect kind of digs under the skin a little bit. Another one is failing to speak out of corruption, sin, greed, and pride. So pretty much when it anyone who fails to point out that hey, this person's doing wrong gets under its skin really bad. So that's how you know. Once again, it kind of reverts back to its good side of speaking truth or speaking out against evil. Like I said, even the smallest evil will be like, hey, you should not be doing that, or hey, that's wrong. If it doesn't do that, feels like it might have a small little itch under its skin. So another thing is that anything that is motivated by pride, avarice, gluttony, or other simple impulses. Bleh. So pretty much from that it has to be motivated by pure intentions. Anything that involves I'm gonna do this for me, or I'm gonna do this for something along the lines. If it's not 100% pure, if it's not like for truth, for love, if it's not for the good of the group, it's most likely not gonna budge. It's not gonna be like, nah, I'm not going in that direction. That's not what I want. It's strictly the person by code. So another thing is that pretty much as usual with the crime or evil doing, theft is against theft, robbery, or willful vandalism. Gets under its skin. Yep. Causing harm to a pious or virtuous being. So anything that would cause any harm to that it perceives as also like going back to the lawful good being that it perceives as someone who's very virtuous, who's very lawful in its own nature. It gets under its skin. Like I said, the respect thing, very high. And let's see, failing to assist or aid good beings in need. It hates the fact that it can't help people, which is the superhero complex. I like to think about it to where it wants to help everybody, even if it's on its last breath, it'll probably try to help somebody, try to do good with somebody. Blasphemous or heretic acts. Very deep, very big words. I like it. I think that's $10 right there. But yeah, keeping it going. Let's see. In pretty much anything that allows crime or major evil to go unpunished. Once again, reverting back to it's very stern on anything that involves evil. So if there's a certain government, if there's a certain group that allows this evil to flourish, it's like, nah, bro, we got to take it down. I don't like this. Murder of the innocent, of course. Like I said, the superhero complex, the superhero code. It hates the fact of seeing people being, and the innocent people being murdered or being harmed. And anything that aids the servants of chaos and evil. So that pretty much burrows down the fact that lawful good could be something that might help with rebels, but it won't 100% go about some rebellious acts. Now, it still may go into support in some ways, but it still won't go 100% in rebellious acts because it wants to probably go by the book, by the order, by the law to take it down. But there you go. And once again, some people or groups that kind of pop in mind, similar to, like I said, the white color of MTG. Captain America would probably fit this one very well. Parts of law enforcement, first responders, medics and stuff, but mostly in government that pops up, someone that is deeply a Leslie Knope kind of person, like deeply Leslie Knope. Like if you see in the show Parks and Rec, just watch a few episodes of that and you'll see what I'm talking about. But she's deeply law ordering, law following. She's very good. She's very positive. It's like the law should be doing good. The law should be doing positive stuff. And anyone who has a different opinion on that, she wants to kind of lightly change. She wants to kind of flip them. And another group that I will be talking about possibly later this month or later next month is the Jedi Council when I think about it. So the Jedi Code, I feel, even though I've only looked into it lightly, I haven't looked into it deeply yet. I got the book. That'll be kind of like my homework. But as of right now, from seeing how the Jedi act in movies, how they act in certain source material, the pretty much the Jedi Council, the Jedi Code, 100% feels like they would go, or at least try to go, into the way of lawful good. I hope this helps. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, please send a like, send a share, send a subscribe. Please give a comment as to whether you like it, whether you dislike it, whether I had some good points, whether I had gap points, or whether you even think that there's maybe one or two other groups that you think would probably fit this narrative of the D&D universe of lawful good. With that being said, I'm your boy Quan. I'm looking for, no, no, there we go. Making sure. All right. Boy Quan, be good. Tell me what you think. Respect the geekdom. Deuces.